Coming up on The Report, find out how Ronald McDonald is making kids happier than a Happy Meal.
Plus, see how 2 local hockey teams maintain their top standings.
Thanks for joining us at The Report. I'm Alex Armstrong-deHoogh.
And I'm Katie DeFalco. The Report is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
We begin today with an update on the presidential election. The 2020 presidential campaign is heating up with Bernie Sanders, Cory Booker, Beto O'Rourke, and Mayor of South Bend, Indiana, Pete Buttigieg. All on the campaign trail this past weekend in hopes of gaining support for the 2020 election. With a long list of Democratic candidates, each is doing their best to stand out and speak on important issues like healthcare and immigration. Also making an appearance this past weekend to try and build his 2020 support for re-election was President Trump, speaking to the Republican Jewish Coalition in Las Vegas.
A 49-year-old woman has been arrested in Monroe, Michigan after authorities discovered she had been living in her house for weeks with the body of her 61-year-old deceased boyfriend. Family members of the man had told police that they had not heard or seen from him in weeks, which is what led them to his home where they found his body. The woman confirmed he had died several weeks prior, but continued to live with him and use his bank card because he was her main source of income. The woman was taken to a local hospital for a medical evaluation and was later charged with concealing the death of another.
2 men showed up to a baby shower and opened fire in Chicago. They wounded 6 people, including an 8-year-old boy and his 10-year-old cousin. Sources say that the gunman fired multiple rounds before running away to an alley. Police believe this might have been an act of retaliation for an earlier gang conflict. They hope that the children's injuries will get people to talk and will further bring justice to this horrible tragedy. Mayor-elect Lori Lightfoot tweeted that she is heartbroken and that we must stop the epidemic of violence in Chicago. Truly, no parent should ever have to go through that.
Brian Reaney claimed to be Timothy Pitson, a now 14-year-old boy who has been missing since 2011. Reaney declined to provide his fingerprints after making his claim, but he did provide a swab for DNA testing that ended up showing he in fact was not the same person. Authorities announced Friday that Reaney has been charged by the FBI for making false statements to a federal agent. Records show a history of Reaney lying to law enforcement and creating false alarms. He also has convictions including burglary and vandalism and is currently on parole after spending the past year in prison.
As of April 8th, shares of Boeing Company dropped more than 4%. The company said that they would cut production of its 737 MAX aircrafts by almost 20%. This production cut also hurt shares of Boeing suppliers across the country. Production will be cut to 42 aircrafts per month instead of 52 at the beginning of April. The growing of these plans have cost Boeing about $26 billion in market values, making it one of the worst market crashes.
Coming up after the break, find out what happened in the men's basketball national championship game Monday night.
Plus, find out what the latest addition to the Stone Ridge Christian Elementary School is.
Pablo Lyle, star of the TV soap opera Mi Adorable Maldición, will be attending a hearing regarding his confrontation in Miami. Lyle's argument is that he feared for his family's safety and that's why he had to take charge. He was arrested after punching Ricardo Hernandez during a traffic confrontation. That same week, Ricardo Hernandez passed away. Prosecutors will wait for the autopsy report before making any further legal moves. In the meantime, Lyle might face a more serious charge than the third-degree battery charge he was filed with earlier, and he will also not be allowed to leave the USA. Over the weekend, walks took place all over Southern California where thousands of people came out to show their support and raise money in a 5K walk for the Ronald McDonald House charity. We've got the coverage from the Honda Center where the Orange County Walk took place.
The annual Ronald McDonald Walk for Kids took place at the Honda Center in Anaheim this past weekend, with thousands of people in attendance.
There are probably 50 people that are walking for our church, but as you can see, there are thousands and thousands of people that are supporting this walk. It just makes your heart warms up when you see so many teams from different backgrounds, from different cultures, from different parts of Orange County and outside of Orange County that are walking.
It is a 5K walk event designed to help raise funds for the services and programs provided by the Orange County Ronald McDonald House and the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern California.
The house allows families of very sick children who are in the hospital to come in and stay in a beautiful home. They treat it very much like their own, and so we just need to make sure that that work continues.
The Orange County Walk was just one of 8 that took place in Southern California this past weekend. Others were held in places like Los Angeles and the Inland Empire.
I basically came out today to just support the Ronald McDonald House, and it's an organization I've been supporting for years in the past, helping out at the house actually in Los Angeles, but today out here it's a beautiful sunny spring day, getting ready to walk this 5K with all these nice people. We've got thousands that turned up, so it's for a great cause. The organization does a lot of really great work helping kids and their families through some tough times, so yeah, I'm always happy to help out.
Signing off for the report in Fullerton.
The Lakers and Clippers met for the final time this season on Friday. The Clippers were looking forward to playoffs, while the Lakers had nothing but pride to play for. And boy, did they show it. Alex Caruso, who had a season-high 32 points and 10 rebounds. Lou Will and the Clippers were the home team, but the Lakers seemed more at home in the Staples Center. Lakers win 122-117.
Moving forward, Riverside hockey team, Team2Show2, coming together to help maintain their #1 standing.
5 years ago, Team2Show2 became an entertainment source for the residents in Riverside, California. Team2Show2 is a hockey team at the local ice town and is a team that lives, breathes, and sleeps all things hockey. With postseason approaching soon, Team2Show2 is now fighting for the top spot in the standings so that they can have home ice advantage. Sitting on the leaderboard of the standings, they continue to defend their title as #1.
Honestly, you're going to see a little bit of what we demonstrated today. It's the same, perfecting our skills and just keep pushing forward. And we've been at the top of the league for a little while. We plan on staying there.
Team2Show2 has been at the top of the league since they won the Stanley Cup last season. They played in the Silver Central Division and moved up to Silver North. They are currently 8-3 and hope to maintain the top standing.
We all hang out all the time. We're always with each other. We've been playing for years and years, so the chemistry's just been building on itself over time.
Chemistry is what will bring the team together to hold their division title and keep them in sync for playoffs. As they continue to thrive through season, fans are looking forward to playoffs and enjoy seeing how far Team2Show2 has come.
It's always fun to see the fighting, but the team dynamic between regular hockey like NHL to here, it's really cool to see all of them play together.
Team2Show2 describes themselves as a family. They are always together and believe that as a family, all you need is heart and dedication to perform your best and to take home a dub.
Icetown and Riverside is a great place for family and friends, and be sure to check out Team2Show2 at their next game and follow them on Instagram at Team2Show2 Hockey Club for all their information. Woo!
Once again, that was Team2Show2 Hockey Club to follow for the next games and for playoffs. This is a season you won't want to miss. This is Daniela Boot for The Report.
The University of Virginia faced Texas Tech in last night's thrilling national championship game. It would be the first championship in either school's history, and both teams were up for a fight. Texas Tech looked like they had it late in the fourth, but the Cavaliers nailed a deep three to send it to overtime. Virginia took over the game in OT and took home the trophy. University of Virginia are your 2019 men's and NCAA national champions. Cal State Fullerton has another opportunity to add a national championship title to their collection this month. I had the opportunity to attend this team's practice and get some details on how they're going to bring back the trophy. The roller hockey team at Cal State Fullerton is going to the biggest competition in the USA.
The national championships for collegiate roller hockey are taking place this month, and the Titans are practicing in order to bring the trophy back to Fullerton.
We're getting ready for NCRHA Nationals for Division II this year. We're going to Rochester, New York.
This isn't the first time the roller hockey team has represented CSUF on the national stage.
A few times when I was a freshman. In 2016, we went to Iowa, and then in 2017, we went to Florida, and we won the national championship that year.
The championship in 2017 was the first in school history. The experience is one these guys will never forget.
We beat the University of Tennessee Knoxville in the finals.
We just had a great run, great group of guys. We really bonded over that weekend and throughout the season, so when we all put it together on the rink, it's a special moment for sure.
Not everyone on the current team was there for the victory in 2017, though. Hearing their stories and experiences have made these guys hungry.
I don't know, it's like I was in high school during that time, so hearing about it was pretty cool. But now it's like, I kind of want to win it myself. I'm only a sophomore, so if I can win it in the next couple of years too, it'd be pretty special.
With the second best win percentage in the nation, the Titans are planning to win it all again.
We definitely think we have a really good shot at bringing back another title to Cal State Fullerton.
Win a national championship, that's the main goal.
It's the biggest thing, I just want to win. So.
For the report, this is Alex Armstrong-deHoogh. Stay tuned to find out what the most poppin' place in Tustin is.
And see what Queen Bee is bringing to Netflix. Play is the key to physical, mental, intellectual, and social well-being of children. Most elementary schools have playgrounds that give students the opportunity to play freely. However, Stone Ridge Christian Elementary hasn't been one of those schools until now. I went to the Stone Ridge Christian to get more details. Books, pencils, and playgrounds are three of the most common things found at elementary schools. At Stone Ridge Christian School, only 2 of those were found. That is until now. The elementary campus has shared land with Yosemite Church in Merced, California for the past 7 years, and the students have always been limited to either playing in a field or on the blacktop pavement. After numerous fundraising events and very generous donations, they have begun what they call the Playground Project. The nearly $72,000 jungle gym has officially been installed for the kids to play freely on. The students at the campus eagerly watched their playground get put together over a total of 3 days. Kids on the campus shared what they were most excited about.
I'm excited for the monkey bars. The slide and the monkey bar. Monkey bars and slide. The monkey bars.
Dean of Students, Angel Berrigan, shared why it is so important for students, especially of this age, to have a playground.
So just as academics at a school is important, so is their social behavior and their development. And a playground allows for them to test their potential physically as well as socially. So there's a lot of components, learning components that come through playing, and a playground helps provide that.
It may have taken them years to get it, but the students at Stone Ridge Christian School now have a playground that they can play on for years to come. Reporting for The Report, I'm Katie DeFalco. In social media news, the popular app Pinterest has filed for an IPO and could be worth nearly $12 billion. According to Fox, Pinterest is a social media platform that lets people bookmark or pin their images ranging from recipes to home designs. The company has plans to sell its shares between $15 and $17 and plan to sell $86.3 million as their initial offering. One of the most used apps, Pinterest, was founded in 2010 and is now used by over 250 million people. It is expected to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the stock ticker PINS.
A new store in Tustin has put a modern twist on playgrounds. Their goal is for you to never lose your love for bubbles. Our reporter Alondra Valdivia went to check it out.
We're here at the district in Tustin. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you're about to find out the coolest place in town for kids. So let's check it out.
Bubble Pop is an interactive bubble experience. It is catered to all ages and requires you to sign a waiver before entering. Co-owner Teresa D. Vuong says she got the idea from a playdate with her son.
It means a lot to me personally because my son actually inspired it, and I had taken him to see some bubbles, and I just saw how happy it made him. And he always wanted to do bubbles. And honestly, there was nowhere for me to take him.
This location has plenty of bubble fun to offer. Mindy Vu explained what the most popular station is.
Our Phantom Bubbles, that's one of our most popular stations. So Phantom Bubbles, what we do is that we combine hot water and dry ice. So dry ice is essentially just condensed carbon dioxide. So once the dry ice meets with the hot water, it will start to melt and releases the carbon dioxide back into its gas form. And what that looks like is white smoke. So you can actually make bubbles with them. So the airflow goes through the tube, and then once the bubble is entrapped at the nozzle, it'll expand and you get a really nice big white bubble, and those are our Phantom Bubbles.
The Phantom Bubbles are accompanied by many other stations like the Dragon Bubbles, the Bubble Smasher, and Bubble Bath. Guaranteed fun for your kiddos.
What's your name?
Mila.
Mila?
Scotland. Avery.
Avery, all right. So is this the first time you guys come here?
Yes.
Did you guys come back here again?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is a great place to host parties or events because any person who walks through those doors will be mesmerized by all the stations that this location has to offer.
That's it for Bubble Pop. Follow them on Instagram at OC Bubble Pop or come check it out yourself. I'm Alondra Valdivia, reporting live from this bubble for The Report.
Over the weekend, Netflix announced that Beyoncé's iconic Coachella performance in 2018 will be available to stream April 17th. The trailer dropped April 8th and promises the special Homecoming, a film by Beyoncé, will include interviews, details about her vision, and the emotional roller coaster to create her performance. The trailer includes footage of Beyoncé and her dancers practicing and glimpses of husband Jay-Z and their kids. Fans cannot wait and are looking forward to this documentary.
Thanks for tuning into The Report. Follow us on social media. I'm Alex Armstrong-deHoogh.
And I'm Katie DeFalco. See you next time.